Maya Vickers always trusted her instincts. They kept her steady through rough years, tough jobs, and the quiet collapse of her marriage. But nothing prepared her for the phone that rang at 2:14 a.m. Unknown number. She nearly ignored it. Something in her chest said pick up. Hello? A shaky breath. Then a voice she had not heard in 7 years. Maya, it's Leo. Her brother, the one she buried. The one the police told her had died in an accident on a frozen mountain road. She had stood at a gravesite. She had touched the stone. She could not breathe. This isn't funny. I don't have time. I can't explain. I need you to listen. Don't trust anyone who asks about me. They are not who they say they are. Maya, please, stay away from... A crash cut him off. Footsteps. A door slamming. Then nothing. She sat on the edge of the bed as cold sweat ran down her spine. At sunrise, she drove to the police station. She did not plan to tell anyone about the call. She planned to ask for the accident file. Maybe she had missed something the first time. Maybe they made a mistake. At the counter stood Detective Rourke, the officer who reported Leo's death years ago. He looked the same. Tired eyes. A sympathetic tilt to his head. How can I help? I need to review my brother's case. Rourke froze for a second too long. Why? I want closure. Another pause. Barely a second, but enough. He lowered his voice. The case is sealed. No one is allowed access. That makes no sense. He leaned in. Maya, forget the past. Nothing good comes from reopening old files. It felt like a warning. She walked out without another word. But when she got to her car, she saw something on her windshield. A scrap of paper, one sentence. He's alive. Leave town. Her pulse hammered through her wrists. She looked around the parking lot. Everyone seemed normal. A man walked his dog. A teenager rode a bike. A woman loaded groceries. But someone had been close enough to reach her car without being noticed. She held the note tight. By afternoon, she was sitting in her brother's empty apartment. She had held on to the lease for years, unable to let go. She walked through the silent rooms, old books, dusty photos, the smell of stale paper. In the bedroom closet, she noticed something she had never seen before. A loose floorboard, barely lifted at one corner. She pulled it up. Inside lay a small black notebook with a single word on the cover. Run. Her throat tightened. She flipped it open. Page after page of names, dates, and small coded phrases. One entry circled in thick ink. If anything happens to me, Maya must find the truth. Do not trust the people in uniform. The front door suddenly turned in its lock. Someone was coming in. Maya pressed herself behind the bedroom door, gripping the notebook against her chest. Heavy footsteps entered the apartment. Slow, careful, deliberate. Not a neighbor, not a friend. She peeked through the narrow crack. A man dressed in plain clothes swept the room with trained eyes. He checked behind curtains, under the couch, inside the kitchen cabinets. He moved like someone who expected company or prey. Her phone buzzed. She almost dropped it. One new message. Unknown number. Do not make a sound. He will leave in 1 minute. Her throat tightened. She froze. The man stepped into Leo's bedroom. Maya held her breath. He stared at the closet, then at the loose floorboard. He knelt down and touched the empty space. His jaw tightened. He knew something had been there. He stood and pulled out his phone. Yeah, someone got to it. If she has the book, she's priority. Find her. Her stomach twisted. Once he left, Maya locked the door and collapsed on the floor. Tears came fast. Not from fear, but from the sick feeling that Leo had been right all along. Someone had hunted him. Someone was hunting her. The notebook became her anchor. She studied the names, tracing patterns, government contractors, private security firms. A research lab 2 towns away. Something Leo had discovered linked them. One phrase kept appearing. Project Nightfall. At dusk, she drove to the address linked to the project. A warehouse by the river. No signs, no traffic. The windows were blacked out. Inside, She found rows of filing cabinets and a whiteboard covered in maps. She snapped photos of everything. Then she saw it. A document labeled classified. She opened it. Her brother's photo stared back at her. Under it, his file read, Status: terminated. Cause of death: staged accident. Reason: attempted whistleblowing. Survived initial attempt. Target remains at large. Primary threat: Maya Vickers. Her knees buckled. They had planned to eliminate her too. A voice came from behind her, low, calm, familiar. Maya, put the file down. She turned slowly. Detective Rock stood in the doorway, gun drawn, no pity in his eyes this time. You were not meant to find this, he said. Where is my brother? Where is my brother? Rock sighed. Alive. For now. He ran before we could bring him in. He thinks he can expose us. He cannot. Maya stepped back. Why target me? You are leverage. She felt the weight of the notebook in her pocket. She felt the steady push of terror and courage fighting inside her. She met Rourke's eyes. You won't touch him. He laughed. You can't protect him. Before he could move, the warehouse lights cut out. Total darkness swallowed them. A loud crash echoed from the far corner. Rourke cursed, stumbling. A hand grabbed Maya's arm. Move, a voice whispered. Leo. She followed him through a back exit into the cold night. They ran until her lungs burned. Only when they reached the quiet safety of an abandoned bus stop did she stop and face him. He looked older, thinner, tired, but alive. I'm sorry, he said. She threw her arms around him. Tears spilled freely now. You should have told me. I couldn't pull you into this. You already did, she said. Leo nodded. Then we finish it together. From the shadows behind the bench, headlights turned onto the road. A black SUV rolled slowly past them, searching. Maya took Leo's hand. For the first time since the phone call, she felt something close to strength. What now? She asked. Leo looked toward the dark road ahead. Now we run, and then we fight. Maya and Leo hid in an abandoned cabin outside Meadow Ridge. Rain hammered the roof while Leo spread the contents of the notebook across the wooden table. Every page pointed to one person. Dr. Adrian Kessler, director of Project Nightfall. Rourke works for him, Leo said. Kessler runs a private intelligence network. They use whistleblowers as warnings to others. Maya studied the papers. Every line showed someone targeted, silenced, erased. We need to let the world see this. Leo shook his head. We don't have time. Kessler already knows I'm alive. He knew the moment the lights cut out in the warehouse. How? Leo looked down. Because I triggered it. I wanted to see if the system reacted. It did. Maya's stomach sank. So, they know we're together. Yeah. A car engine growled outside. Bright beams sliced through the cracks in the wood. Maya grabbed Leo's arm. Go out the back. Leo opened the back door slowly. No men. No voices. Just rain. They ran toward the tree line. But someone was already there. Detective Rourke stepped onto the muddy path, aiming his gun. Leo pushed Maya behind a tree. Stay down, Rourke shouted. It's over, Leo. You should have stayed dead the first time. Maya felt rage boil in her chest. She crawled forward and hurled the rock. It cracked against a branch near Rourke's head. He turned for a split second. Leo tackled him. The gun fired. A flash lit the trees. Maya screamed. The bullet hit nothing vital, but Leo staggered. Rourke shoved him away and aimed again. Suddenly, another shot echoed. Rourke collapsed face first into the mud. Maya turned. A woman stood at the edge of the trees. Dark suit, cold eyes, a pistol lowered in her hand. I'm not here to save you, she said. I'm here to bring you in. Who are you? Maya asked. My name is Alice Vega, she said. I used to work for Kessler. I know what he does. I know what he plans next. And I'm done being part of it. Leo winced, holding his shoulder. What do you want from us? Alice nodded toward the notebook. Proof. You have enough in there to bury him. but you need to move fast. Maya helped Leo to his feet. Where do we go? Ellis checked the dark road. To Kessler. If we don't confront him now, he'll come after everyone you care about. Maya's hands shook. And after tonight? Ellis didn't blink. There is no after tonight. Not for him. Not for any of us if we fail. Kessler's compound sat on a hill overlooking the city. Glass walls, floodlights, security that looked invisible at first glance, but was everywhere once noticed. Ellis used an old clearance code to get them inside through a side entrance. Every step felt like walking deeper into danger. Maya whispered, "What if this is a trap?" Ellis answered without slowing down, "It is. That's why we need to reach his office before he reaches us." They slipped through a hallway lined with screens, news channels, government feeds, surveillance grids. "He watches everyone," Maya murmured. "He owns them first," Ellis said. Inside Kessler's office, they found him standing at the window, calm, hands behind his back, as if he expected an audience. "So," Kessler said, turning around, "the dead man brings his sister to my doorstep." Leo stepped forward. "It ends tonight." Kessler gave a small smile. "I admire the optimism, but you do not end a machine like this. It ends you." Maya held up the notebook. "We have enough evidence to expose everything." Kessler nodded. "I know. That is why you will not leave this building." He pressed a button under his desk. Alarms blared. Ellis fired at the glass wall, shattering it. "Move." They ran onto the balcony while guards stormed into the office. Ellis launched a rope down the side. The drop was high. "You first," she told Maya. "No," Maya said. "Leo goes." Leo hesitated. "You're not staying behind." "We both know I'll slow you down," Ellis said. "Go." Leo gripped the rope and disappeared over the edge. Maya followed seconds later. Halfway down, she heard gunfire above. Ellis screamed. Maya froze, tears burning her eyes. Leo shouted from below, "Maya, keep going." They reached the ground and sprinted for the back fence. A sharp crack sounded behind them. Another gunshot. Maya turned and saw Leo collapse. "Leo!" She slid beside him, hands shaking. Blood pooled through his shirt. His breath was shallow. He managed a weak smile. "At least you're safe." "No," she whispered. "Stay with me. Please." Leo's hand squeezed hers. "We did the right thing. Promise me you'll finish it." Tears blurred her vision. "I promise." His hand slowly went still. Her heart broke open. But she didn't stop. She stood up, covered in rain and grief, and ran with the notebook tucked to her chest. 2 days later, the entire world saw Project Nightfall exposed online. Documents, files, names, proof of corruption, manipulation, and illegal operations. Kessler was arrested. His network collapsed. Maya stood on a hill overlooking the city, holding the folded notebook against her heart. The wind was cold. The sky was bright. She felt pride, and she felt loss, both at full force. Ellis died helping them escape. Leo died freeing the truth. Maya lived because of them. A bittersweet ending. Happy because the world finally saw the truth. Tragic because the cost of it stole the people she loved most. Maya whispered into the wind, "We finished it," as she walked forward, carrying hope and heartbreak in equal measure.